on their radar. And then you have the people, what you're saying, Judith, like my mum, you know, she's a self-confessed hoarder as well, so the deal there is she's been able to help people with their school reunion as well. Now, there's no right or wrong. It's like, what is for the individual? Like, there's people who keep their wedding dress because they think that it's this dream that their daughter may use it one day. Well, number one, will it still be in good condition? Will the daughter get married? What the size be of the daughter? Will she like the style? And it's like there's all of these questions to ask ourselves. So that's where it's like, hey, let's get serious. And maybe, you know, with your girls at your age, at the moment, it's like, how about we just ask them? Just respect people enough, just to ask them. Do you keep the little, you know, baby's first whatevers? That's great, you know, that's what they need to do, that's absolutely fine. But it's like, just let's work out the amount of it. Sentimental and memorabilia, that I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. It's just the amount. And ask the person if they're interested. Why are we keeping it?
Because I love when my mum used to keep my stuff and my sister, and I love going through. My sister's 10 years old.
Yeah, great.
And I would go up under the roof and in that big old wooden box, and it would be all full of books that looked different. Yeah, it was like and I loved it. I loved it. Like when I was in the school, that was my favorite pastime. I would go through what they wrote because they had to read the books and then write about them, you know, about the stories and stuff. So I love doing that, and I thought that my kids would like to have something when they are older to reflect on. Oh gosh, this is what I was doing when I was, you know, 5 or 6 years old.
And that's a great question. What we think, are your kids born in Australia? One of them. See, that's the difference as well, because sometimes if you're born overseas, people who've been transplanted from one country to another country, sometimes they couldn't bring the whole house. They can only bring a suitcase worth. So therefore, that suitcase worth of possessions becomes super important to them. And you've gone and reminisced, and it probably takes you back to that time. Whereas for one of the girls who's born here, maybe it's no big deal to her. She's got everything that she needs around her. She can see it. So that's the sort of thing. I'm always asking the questions to try and talk people through where they're at, and then it's like always just detecting from the body language and what's going on here. Like asking people a little bit stronger, because each person makes their own decision as to what they show out. Because then it's like the whole atmosphere changes. It seriously changes. People who are burdened down with stuff that they don't like, that someone gave them, that they hate, that they feel like they should keep, and it's like the whole body, you know, goes down. It's like, no, when someone gives you a gift, could you take that, Judith?
Thank you.
What you do with that gift is completely up to you. I don't have any rights.
What's gone and it doesn't bother you anymore, does it?
No, because you know
it only
what?
bothers you when it's kicking around.
And also things like that. Sometimes we have stuff that we don't even know the power of it, like past relationships that may have gone bad. And it's like, why would we keep that sort of thing hanging on the walls? Like an actual client, you know, it's like, oh, I better keep that, you know. Someone gave that as a wedding present. Now that wedding, that whole marriage is gone, boom, gone. And yet on the wall in the study is the picture in this person's house.
No.
And so they've got to cope with that.
Put it in the garage.
Right, but see, even in the garage, may not, that may not even, the garage may not even be far enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, it's like, what's the message? What comes with this item? What's it doing to us in our life? Possessions, I've said it before, they have power, they have strength. So it's like, no, let's just get rid of it. Let's remove it. That brings me to, we can't make other people do things. You know, they have to choose to do it. As much as we'd like, someone I've talked with, tonight, just like, you know, husband or partners are a hoarder or vice versa, and, you know, they're quite clean. It's like, I'm a praying girl, so you can pray and it works. But, you know, sometimes it takes time for that person to change. And if we just keep loving them and if we can tidy up and declutter our particular area and use that as an example. If I'm asked to come to a person's home, it's my rule that I won't touch the guy's possessions if the ladies ask me to the home. But I know what normally happens is we start working out all of it, and it makes it look so clean and tidy and spacious and ordered. And then the guy will say, oh, now I just want you to have a little look at this thing in the garage. You know, it might be after a couple of days, but he's actually changed because he's seen how it is. And that's another thing that's really important for me, is I'm creating a safe space. I cannot do this if people don't trust me and they don't feel safe enough in their own environment to invite me to come in and ask them the questions and for them to make the decisions. That I'm not going to force them to do anything, I'm not going to pressure them, I'm not going to judge them, because I've got that understanding and I've been there, done that myself as to why people are like that. I'm just going to help them. My passion is just to help them get free, to help them live a simple life, to help them get unstuck and pull that root of whatever it is, why they're like they are, no matter whether it's big or small or whatever, out. And it's just like, oh, they straighten up in business. You know, even as a businesswoman, the way people answer the phone, they stand up straight. It's like, oh, I'm the managing director of this business because I know where everything is. My filing cabinet's organised. I know where my quotes are. I know my invoices have gone out. And their whole business changes, but the whole person changes into this confident person as well. So I'll just whip through a few more of these. It'll just be long distance glance, okay? Where am I going? This way. Escape, thank you. I'm upside down and back to front here. Okay, same room. It's basically just making it into a lovely space for the person. Some changing furniture around, moving furniture from one room to another room. I get radical, real radical, but it's always with permission of the person. Here we go, someone we were talking tonight about, the mums. This is a mum's room, but a single mum. She was adopted. She never had a real mum to teach her how to take care of herself. So it's such a privilege for me.
Do for her, please.
What did I do for her? And we did her room first because it's so important. Mums, we have such a strength in our family. You know, as a woman, take care of, the whole house was like this, but the thing is, I chose to look at, she needs to get a good rest that night. She needed to feel really important. She needed to be nurtured herself.
So how long does it usually take?
Oh, that's how long is a piece of string.
Yeah.
Okay, because it might take one person half an hour to go through the contents of this box. It might take someone else, 10 minutes, just depending. Thank you, Masadoko. So it really is just... people will ring or they'll say, I've had enough, I want you to help me. And then they're switched on and I want to do it straight away with them, because if they're in the zone, they're in the zone. Why go another day in the situation when they can have this?
What about keeping it looking like that?
Great. If the person has chosen to do it and have also invested money into it, there's a far greater hope, Jill. The ones that I haven't had success, and I'm sad to say this, as an example of a mum, a single mum, who was tired of her little 6-year-old-ish, the room, and I went and I worked with that and we got a great result. But the little kid, we had a fun, good relationship, but the little kid didn't choose to do it. The mum was making her do it. No responsibility taken by the little girl. You can't expect a little 6-year-old in that situation to do it. And it's the outworking of her mum and dad have split up, for example, in this situation, and she was just trying to work it out, and it's coming out in her room. Now, please don't think that that's a challenge if you've got a child that is in that. There's millions of reasons as to why it happens, but that's the situation. If people have chosen to do it, and it's like we've really been able to get to what the root of the problem is, and then they've gone and also, worked through some of those emotional challenges, far greater rate.
I've got a 17-year-old daughter who's been brought up by my son. He's brought them up absolutely beautifully, but never taught them how to keep their rooms. And I can't believe her room. And I go in, and there's always an excuse. She's studying or she's working or something. I go in and I help her, and we get through like this much on the floor. And we get it all thrown out, and I can actually vac the carpet. And I say, isn't that lovely? 3 years ago I bought her the most beautiful furniture for a bedroom. You're a teenager, you're lovely to look after. She doesn't see it. She just hoards everything. And I would go back a week later, and it will look as bad as it was the previous one. And it's really bad. But she's never had a mum to teach her.
No, and you know what? So much is like, what is the space that we live in? What do we want as individuals? How do we want that to be? So sometimes as a teenager, they're just working out being a teenager. And so It was a great ad years ago on the TV, and the mum's ironing and washing, and she's got all the piles of clothes beautifully stacked up. She's walking up the steps with this pile of clothes, and she gets to the teenager's door, and she opens the door, looks at it. It's like, what am I worrying about? Now, again, I'm not a mum, but I have observed a lot, and I'm a great auntie. If we can't make that person change, yes, you can live by example. If you have a child that's a problem, live by example. You do what's necessary in your own world, in your own sphere, and then it's not all. There's no simple fix to it. Okay, we didn't wake up one morning and get cluttered.
As you say,
it takes
how
a while.
Yes, it's what you're taught.
Well, yeah, and how you're feeling about stuff. Okay, by the bedside, how many books do we really seriously need? Okay, what's it, the messages under the table, what's it saying to us? Failure, failure, failure. Just let's choose a couple of books and put the other ones on a certain place in the bookshelf and take the pressure off. Much nicer to come to bed and for the little kids in this case to come in and say good night or good morning. Just some nice scenes to break the... Okay, this situation, a little bit like we talked about the picture on the wall. Second marriage for this couple. The guy was a handyman, and the lady was expected, as a lot of wives are, to do the books. Okay, she hated books for a start. She wasn't even built that way. Great in hospitality, but not good in that. So it just sort of came here. I got there and I thought, I wonder what's behind all of this clutter in the cupboards.
Who was this?
In the cupboards was the files from his first divorce that they had to keep. It's like, that's the messages again. Yes, he had to do it because it was a really untidy divorce. I don't normally do this, but in this situation, we removed those files off the premises, put them into filing, into a storage compartment, and then used those cupboards. We opened them up, aired them out, and used them for their stationery, a whole heap of other things of their current relationship. Completely transformed the whole room. Now it looks quite bare there, but that's at the end of the day when I've just cleared everything out. Most of those things were gifts that they didn't want from their wedding presents, that they just didn't want, so they'd hang around. It's okay to give things away. Okay to give things away.
You must think that was some great stuff.
Well, no, what I do is I jam it in my car on the great days when I can't see out my mirrors, and just drop it off to Bernardo's, Salvo's, Vinnie's, Smith family. Did I say Salvo's? Yes. Yeah. Whoever it is, I've been to doggy rescue. I just take things wherever they need to go, and that's part of the service. Because I know what happens, we can do it ourselves, and it gets to the garage or to the car, and we carry it around for the next 10 years.
And then it goes back in the suitcase on the train with the saucepan.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Or it's like, I just think I'll just go through that. They've made the decision, they've made it themselves, we've talked it through, and if there's any like this, let's put that aside, and then we'll have a little look and deal with it again at the end of the day. But no, the decision's been made, and I take it away. It's as simple as that. So, whoops, what did I do there? That was paper. Okay, paperwork. Love filing cabinets. Sue saw my filing cabinet over here, before. It's just an amazing thing. Just to be able to, think for business, and then for all your personal stuff. So
This is her office.
this is my office just
This
here.
is her office. This is what I couldn't believe.
I have a phone.
This is not. That is. Yeah, so it's just, we just got to make life simple. That's my view. Anyone with me?
Amazing.
Simple,
I've got a
yes.
4-drawer filing cabinet, but I can't fit any more in the drawers.
I know, Sue. One day you'll let me come and help you. Here we go, garages. Just...
two of those.
So we just turned it into all the artwork of the eldest daughter from inside came outside. She had her own art studio, all the camping stuff up high because it's used once a year. The guys need a space.
Shed.
Guys need a shed, whether it be like what Brian's got, an office shed or a shed, a garage shed. If we've got husbands, spouses, partners, they need a space. That's just the way they are. They need a space. So if we can just create something for them. This husband was like, this was amazing what happened in this relationship. The lady didn't realise she hadn't been honouring her husband. It's like, just over there, I'll have the house, But it was like their whole marriage came back together again after decluttering. It was so incredible. Okay, dining room, just finish the job, put the ironing board away, count it next time. It's like about 20 seconds. Let's just And then also, you know, the dining room became the dining room, not the extension of the laundry. So again, it needs pictures on the wall, but that was at the end of a big time there. So even shortening the dining room table so that it's more intimate. So you've got like a family communing around the table as opposed to like, you know, really, really big for 4 people. So that's what people get, far more than just decluttering with me. You know, it's all about relationships and how to help with the family and child rearing and whatever else. It just comes with me for whatever the need there. Again, kitchen, just sorting it out so it's simple and straightforward for the person. Is this the plastics?
Oh, this mum's covered.
Yes, some people just need some help with how many plastics do we actually need.
Well, they never fit inside each other properly. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Or one on top of the other.
No, they don't fit inside.
Yeah.
They're all different
You had 10
shapes.
thermoses.
I
just throw. I can go and put.
10 thermoses.
10? Wow, you must go on a lot of picnics.
So there'll be a reason for the 10 thermoses.
Yeah.
So
10 thermoses.
maybe we'll get a chance to talk through that because, you know, that's right. Why 10 thermoses? But there'll be a reason. There'll be a
There's
reason.
a reason.
Yeah, there will be.
They're all looking good and they work. So.
They all look good, they all work.
Yeah.
Except everywhere you go these days, there's a coffee shop. There's even a coffee shop on a train, at a station. You don't even need thermoses anymore.
See, to me, that's how it is now. But what happened way back then, where
War child,
there was
see?
no money to buy a coffee or whatever along the way. So, and the dear 91-year-old grandma, okay.
She owns half of them.
Yes, not enough money. Look, life was so different back then. So it's just helping people to adjust to move to where they are, but that's not, you know, if they're ready for it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, beautiful.
so just makes life easier and simple. Then you don't have to fight and waste time all the time.
I'll just put all.
Above the fridge, for example, let's get into
Oh, the
boxes and
fridges,
always have a
yes.
Bunnings box and an Officeworks box or whatever names we come up with them, because then it's just like, just go to one place for whatever you need, not, you know, a bit over there and a bit over there. It all takes time, and we're also, you know, got so much to think of. Let's just keep it simple.
Your Bunnings boxes are good up there.
Yeah. Okay. That's because all your hardware stuff together. That's beautiful.
I just bought 22 of them the other day.
What are the Bunnings boxes?
Oh, they're great. They've got wheels and they've got ceiling lids.
Oh, yes.
I beg your
Good for
pardon.
orders.
I've said it a different way. I have, when I say Bunnings box, I mean a container that we put all the things in that you'd go to get at Bunnings.
Oh,
you might give me a hammer,
no.
Yeah, so you're talking about all of the
Plastic boxes.
plastic boxes. Yeah.
Storage boxes.
A lot of people might think that they need to go and buy all this storage stuff before they see them. I say, no. Most people don't have to buy much at all when I'm working with them, because I've got this thing, just
They've
this,
got all
to
stuff
be
there,
able
just
to
not
use
using
it,
it
but I
properly.
can just a bit of this, probably from growing up on the farm, you know, being able to use a bit of this and a bit of that and make do. So it's just really what they pay for is my inspiration and me helping them through and being there on the day and afterwards. You know, all the cards that was, just making it simple. That's an office. What's it say to a client? If you've got clients coming into your office, what does it say when they come in?
Oh, unorganized.
And what does it say to you though, each time? Would
Oh,
prefer
you're a
to come
neat
into this?
desk freak,
Again,
though,
don't feel
Dana.
bad. Just ask yourself the question.
I'm sorry.
I know.
You know, what is it saying to you each time you're coming in? Are you ordering
You've got too
instructions?
much stuff to do, you're not on top of it.
Unlike some
Yeah.
people
So,
that
but again, even with that, like, let's be kind to ourselves, because what we need
I
to do is
saw a
work with our strengths.
Great saying the
And
other day.
outsource our
Organised
weaknesses.
people are too lazy to look for things.
And everyone's different. You know, there's no rule that
I
goes
know where they are.
Yeah, how
I
boring.
don't have to look. I know where they are, so it goes
Just got to keep everything to hand.
Can I just emphasise what
Sorry.
I said? Let's not pick on ourselves. If we've got some of these struggles, don't be hard on yourself. Think about, and this is me with clients, think about what you're good at. Please think about what you're good at. And go and keep doing that. And make the most of that. You're good at it. And outsource your weaknesses. Get help with it. Because we're not all good at anything. Look, you think about talking about computers before. I've got to get help with computers. I'm so not there with computers. But I have this gift and I'm okay with this. So look at what you're good at and just get help with the other stuff.
Oh,
It's okay to do it. We're okay to get help. We're okay to go and get counselling. We're okay. We have to get help to do, you know, books and stuff. So why not with this? Here we go, finishing off now. Just a story to dumping ground, okay? Just because we didn't finish the job, that's the saying, finish the job, put it away where it's got to go and make it, you know, reasonable like that. Okay, then you have time to sit by Narrabeen Lake. Anyhow, my website, Clarity Matters, if you go onto that, you can get the 15 tips if you opt in and, you know, that'll help you. And what I'd love to offer today is if you do need some help, go for it, and I'll give you an hour free simply because you've bothered to come out on a Friday night and come to my place. So if you want to fill out one of those forms, and you know, you may know other people, it's a bit delicate as to how to go about recommending it, but you can bring it up in conversation. Hey, I was at this group the other night and they were talking about, as opposed to saying you need help with your clutter, because it's like this person is sensitive about it. You know, always think about where the person is.
No, it's not me. It's Mum's collection of 300 teapots that she got sick of cleaning.
No, I didn't get
Right, so what she's done, she's wrapped them all in Glad wrap.
so that I don't have to dust them.
So she can see them, but she doesn't have to dust them. She just takes them. Yeah, she's cleaned them all. She got sick of cleaning.
You ever tried to wash 300 teapots?
No, I don't have 300.
300 teapots?
I don't use
Are
any
you
of them.
going to live with your mum?
She's lived with me forever now.
Now she's going to move out.
She's looking for someone else's rubbish.
I think she's going to do that to get rid of you.
Yeah, that's right. She's moved her mum.
No, because in a kitchen, if you don't wrap your teapots in Glad wrap, you've got to wash them every month or so.
They get
Because
away.
they're really hard to wash. So when you